Got some cool shots recently at another park. I don't know the names of these birds. I could look it up, but they're pretty common in this region. This is Massachusetts. And we'll start with this one. So I have about 37 pictures. I whittled it down to 37 pictures, I think. So I'm going to split this video up in a couple sections. All right, so let's look at this one. This bird I think is pretty, really beautiful. Pretty common here in the area. And I think I was using a manual focus on this, but standing reasonably far away. It seems reasonably well exposed. And I wanted to get the bird in the middle of the frame, but then have some bushes in the foreground and something in the background, which is unavoidable, I guess. But to give it context, let's see what auto editing does in Lightroom. All right, so it brought down the highlights. Check it, yeah. And it raised the shadows, which I think is fine, and raised the whites and dropped the blacks. Yeah, that's not too bad. Now, what would I have done differently? I think it's not too bad. I kind of think there's too much. I included too much of the bushes in this frame. I don't think I needed to include so much in it, and I might have been able to zoom in even more. Maybe that's a little bit better. I don't know. Sometimes these pictures look good if you're zoomed in all the way to the bird or the animal. But other times it looks just fine if it's just there. Everybody knows what a bird looks like. And I think it looks fine if it's not always zoomed in. In any case, I think this would have been a better framing. Could I have zoomed in more? Let me see. This is zoomed in at, okay, it's zoomed in at the max right here. Okay, this lens maximum focal length is 350. It looks like I'm zoomed in at 350. Okay, all right. So it's not too bad. So I think I'll leave it like this. I think I'll leave it like that. All right, on to the next one. This bird, I got two pictures of this bird. This bird, I like this one because it's partially hidden, but I can still see the head of the bird. Get a good bit of detail on here. This one you can see the full bird, also nice. If I was going to pick one of them to frame, I think this is a more common picture, a more common presentation of bird photography, which is nice, but there's nothing particularly striking about the bird's tail. It's not like it has a fanned out tail. I mean, animals are beautiful to begin with, but I think this is a much more interesting picture just because the bird's head is sticking out among the grass here. All right, and I think I would, again, maybe zoomed in more. I couldn't zoom in anymore. Maybe gotten closer, but then I would have missed the opportunity. So cropping in post is good. So let's crop a little bit. Okay, so right now it's 2:30 a.m. We have these obnoxious people riding these loud bikes at 2:30 a.m. on a Friday early morning. All right, here we go. So let's see if we can use auto setting. That looks way better. That looks way better. We can raise the exposure a little bit. Goodness mercy. Let's see the before and after. That's before, after. Goodness, that looks way better. Way better. Oh God. Let's drop the shadows a little bit and the blacks, increase the contrast. Goodness mercy. You can see water droplets, can you? Not really on this one. All right, I like this. Okay, on to the next one. I got a bunch of pictures of this bird, but I picked this one because it was doing the most in the frame. And I kind of like that it's not exactly in the center of the frame, but it's looking at me though, definitely looking at me. So let's use auto. And that looks good. Now that I look at it, I'm not sure if this is a particularly interesting photo. I think I kept it because it was reasonably well exposed and the framing wasn't terrible. But I don't know what else. Maybe I could have zoomed in even. Let me see if I could have zoomed in more. Nope, it's at the max. I think I max out for most of these pictures. But maybe if I zoomed in even more. Let's see. You know what? That doesn't look too bad. That doesn't look too bad at all. Looks like it's got something in its beak. It does. It's got a bug in its beak. All right, that looks better, I think. Still don't think it's a picture that's worth printing. Maybe. All right. On to, it's not a bird, but I saw this squirrel and I thought it's a cool picture. Let me just try to snap it. So I won't spend a lot of time on it, but squirrels I think are elegant. The way how they just scamper around the trees and the grass and the forest is, I think it's very elegant. You can see water droplets on this one. So it's early morning and it's just looking for food, I think, I imagine. Aren't they always looking for food though? I don't know. Could do with a little grooming, I guess, but I wouldn't go near it. So I think I was reasonably close. I could drop the highlights on this one even more. And maybe the exposure. I think that's fine. And I think that's as much as I would have done differently. Maybe more headroom, so less of the rock and more headroom. I like that the bush is behind this rock and it's included in the frame. So maybe more headroom and more space on the front here. So let's try to crop that to see if we can, let me see if I could make that even. Yeah, let's see what that does. Let's see what that does. Let's see, okay. Okay, that's a little better. Okay, on to the next one. Multiple pictures of this bird also. But I like this one because it was in the center of the frame and it was looking right at me. The beak is open, so there's a lot going on, but with the bird only. It kind of looks like the background has a circular appearance. It's not a feature of the lens, but I don't know why it looks like that. Maybe it's just my eyes. Regardless, the picture I think looks really cool. Let's raise the exposure a little bit. And I like this as is. Maybe I would drop the whites like that and increase the contrast. I think that's good. What if I add a mask on this bird? Would it pick it up? Let's see. Nope, it's got a branch and everything. I don't have the time to paint it out. All right, so I think I like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. Let's see if we can get to 10 in this video. All right, so I kept this picture because, is it the same bird? Yeah, it's the same, well, similar type of bird. It was just hopping around the floor of this forest here. And I wanted to see if I can get it in focus really quickly. And I missed focus. You could see that it looks like it's focused on the leaves back here. But Lightroom has this feature that you can move the focal point or the focal plane backwards and forwards. So let's see if we can do that. Where is it? It is, here we go. And let's move it. Let us, nope, that's not it. Where is it? Enable corrections, manual denoise. Wait a second, where the juice is it? Optical. Where is it? Lens blur. Is that it? Yeah, here it is. All right, estimating depth. Let's see what it does here. Okay, so if we could visualize depth, and then we could will it, let's see if we could refine this. No, why not? It looks like, I don't look like, doesn't look like we can I? Let me see if I could paint this bird in focus. Let's just test it to see what it did. Let's test it to see what it did. Nah, that looks like garbage. That looks like garbage. Yeah, that looks like garbage. All right, let me see if so you know what? Just take better pictures. Just take better pictures. Let me try once more though. Wait a second. Let me try once more. I can't do much, so maybe it's not. Maybe I just can't do it with this. No, maybe you can't. I can't. Maybe you just can't do it with this picture. No, wait. I think we got it. I think we got it. Now it doesn't look great at all. Doesn't look great at all because what it does, it decreases the blur on everything. So I don't know if I like that one bit. But there used to be a slider that you can use right here, but I don't see it. All right, that's fine. So this picture turns out to be garbage. User error. All right, on to the last two. Yeah. This bird was really cool to look at. It just followed me the whole way through this part of the park. And I like the background because it looks like it was cloudy. I don't think it was that cloudy that day, but it was beautiful. So that's what auto setting does. And I think that looks really, really cool. So let's raise the exposure. Let me raise the exposure a little bit. That looks so cool. And I like it as is. Maybe I would have cropped in or gone. Could I have zoomed in more? Let me see. Nope. All right, so let me see if I can crop in a little bit more. Here we go. I like that. I do. I could have even zoomed in even more. But I like that picture. Okay. And some of these pictures, the birds, I was trying to get use manual focus, which is hard because then the birds don't always stay in the same position for very long. Unless they're sleeping. And it's morning, so they're very active. I have a better picture of this bird, so I'm going to skip this one. And I think this is a similar bird, if not the same one to this. And I kept it because I like the green background juxtaposed against this branch here. If you go back to this park, if I go back to this park today, all this is now, all of these buds have blossomed, which is fantastic. All right, so let's see what we got. Man, that looks good. That looks fantastic. Let's raise that a little bit. I think I got good focus here, reasonably good. Reasonably good. I like that picture a lot. I could have cropped in more. I don't think I could have zoomed in more because I'm at max zoom here. But I could have cropped in. Let me see if I can crop in this way. Let's do that. Yeah, that looks cool. That looks cool. That looks real cool. You know what? Let's do a few more. All right, so these gooselings, I think you call them gooselings. Yeah, I took a bunch of pictures of them, and this one's not too bad. I'm not sure where the focal point was here. Maybe right here. I don't know. But I wanted to get lower down, so I got low down to the ground. I was across the street, and I zoomed in all the way. Yep, I did. Zoomed in all the way to get this picture, and I like it a whole lot because you can see the water droplets on the grass and the goosling by itself. There's another goosling, I think, that's right down here. One of its siblings, as I guess you call it siblings. I don't know, but that's a cool picture. I liked it a lot. I do. Now, if I wanted to crop, I think it would have been nice too. Maybe do that to make it straight, and then let's see what that looks like. Goodness mercy, that's a cool picture. That's a cool picture. And I think the sun was this way. So I am in front of the sun and this is a shaded part. So that's why you see this highlight, which is really nice. And let's drop the highlights even more. That's a cool shot. I could even crop this way too, you know. Yeah, let's do that. That's a cool shot right there. I like that. All right. And the other shot, this is not too bad, but it's a similar type of picture. Don't see the reason to have both of them. You can almost see it's appearing right there. So I won't keep both of them. And this one I liked also because it was doing something. I tend to prefer the pictures where the birds are doing things. I mean, they're always doing something, but it tells a story. Are they walking at the moment? You know, I don't know. In any case, I like this picture, but between both of them, let me edit them in a similar way to see which one I prefer. Let me see. Yeah, let me try to zoom that one in a little bit. Okay, I don't know which one I prefer. I don't know. I don't know which one I prefer. Because now, more of the face is lit up in this one, I think. Goodness mercy. Let me see if I can add a subject mask on here. Oh, it did pick it up. That's crazy. All right, and let's do contrast. Let's pick the color. Let's do yellow. Make that saturated a little bit brighter. And let's pick another color. Let's pick the green. And then let's make that. And then I think that's cool. Let's drop the highlights a little bit. And raise that, raise the contrast. Drop the blacks, drop the shadows. Is it gonna look like garbage? Let's see. Let's see before. Before, after, before, after. Which one looks better though? This one or this one? I guess this one looks more natural. I would prefer to undo that mask. Let me see if I can delete that. Delete mask. Let's do that. And then of the two pictures, I would prefer this one. No, this one. I don't know. All right. And then the last few pictures of these goslings. This is what it's hanging out with. With all the family. I mean, at no point was the family ever too far away. They all hung together. Which I also wondered, geese love to swim, love to be in the water. But I don't know if the goslings can swim because all they did was hang around by the bank of this pond and then come back up when they think it was safe. But, you know, still a beautiful thing to observe. I like this picture. It looks like there was a bit of, okay. It's just water on its face. And this one, they were just hanging out right here. This one looks like it's tired. They were just sitting there. So let's auto it. Oh, that looks really nice. That looks really, really nice. Good. Now, I don't know if you can do that with a phone. I don't think you can. I should print more of these. That's a cool picture right there. I don't think I would have done anything differently. And then this one, it's the second time I have a picture of a gosling, and it was apparently peering around a corner. So that's what this one looks like it's doing. But it's just observing me. That's all it is. Should I go in the water? Is he a threat? I don't know. That's what it's probably thinking. I like that. I wish I could have zoomed in more, but I didn't want to miss the moment. But actually, I'm zoomed in at max. I wish I could have gotten a closer picture, but I think I would have missed the moment. I took a couple of pictures at this position. But let's see if we can zoom in And it was such a beautiful morning that day. That's not too bad. We can raise the exposure a little bit, not too much. I think that looks cool. I think that's cool. You can do the contrast there. That's really cool. All right, I'm gonna leave it there for this video and continue with the next one. Take it easy.